Welcome back, and you're watching Commodity Champions, and we are looking at the impact that GST has had in the first week on various sectors and commodities. Well, the gold prices, to start with, are already trading at a 7-week lows on the back of strong dollar. The US gold coin sales also are at a 10-year lows. And then there has been hawkish commentary by global central banks on tightening the monetary policy. All of that hasn't augured well for the gold prices. And then again, the second biggest consumer in the world is grappling with the GST impact. Indian demand has been on the weaker side as well, as there is confusion still on recycling, refining, exchange of gold, etc. And the streamlining of supply chain also is still underway. And that really seems to be weighing onto this sector. Ishu Datwani is founder of Anmol Jewellers, who joins us now to talk about the industry status. Ishu, hi, good to have you. How has the last 1 week been for jewelers, for you? Has the demand been on? Are the consumers coming? Are there still confusions about exchange, etc.?
Surprisingly, the consumers are coming. And, there were a lot of apprehensions in the trade about how we would be able to tackle, GST and things like that. But surprisingly, the consumers are showing no resistance. So they're accepting GST with a smile. There's absolutely no resistance as far as sale is concerned. Yes, you're right. As far as a lot of paperwork and, old gold return, areas like this, there is still not a lot of clarity. We are still trying to figure out things. But in my opinion, as time goes by, things will get easier, and one will be able to take it in one stride.
Ishu, there always has been this, premonition that the organized trade wouldn't really be impacted so much. It is going to be about the small jewelers, people who haven't registered as yet, who perhaps will really face more major issues here. Has that divide been still on, or have more jewelers really now gone ahead, registered themselves? Is that really happening now?
Yes, I do think, other jewelers are now also registering. And, my opinion is, I think this is a very progressive tax. And one has to, move with the times and change with the times. In a way, the government is helping us to get more organized. So people who have the right mindset, it will help them. So in fact, I would appeal even to the, smaller jewelers to come on board and, not have negative thoughts and ideas. And things are not as difficult as initially one thought they were. Anything new always takes a little while. Once one understands it, it's going to be like a breeze. It's a matter of time.
We really hope that is the case. But, also coming on the fact that the industry does feel that the demand will slow down right now, will pick up by Diwali. It might take next 6, 8, 9 months, depending on what sector you're talking about when it comes to GST. So what is your sense on the demand part of it? I mean, as you said, the consumers are still coming in, but is the demand as much as what we saw during the pre-GST level?
Honestly, the demand is less at the moment, but traditionally June, July are little slower months. So I don't attribute the, either the drop in price or the demand to be, a factor that GST has brought in. It is cyclical. It's, a lot of Indians are now traveling in June and July, and it's the rains, the rainy season. So the demand is low because of that. And the price being low, in fact, always will work to our benefit. The last 2 years have not been particularly great for the industry. I mean, last year we grappled with the excise, then we had the IDS coming in, we had the demonetization. So I feel now once things stabilize, probably we'll have a much better Diwali and post-Diwali season than one has seen in the last 2 years. I'm pretty optimistic about that.
Also, Ishu, the government has been quite forceful when it comes to bringing gold from the black money shadows. GST, of course, has been yet another, point in all of that scheme. Do you see that being achieved? Because there have been various reports on how perhaps higher GST could lead to smuggling of gold. Do you see those concerns, or do you think we are headed in the right way?
See, there will always be a few black sheep who will want to take advantage of that. And yes, that will definitely be there. But going forward, it really depends on how the government is proactive and how, whether the import duty will be reduced and things like that. This government, one has seen, is usually a little more progressive in their thought, and if they adapt to the situation, they can plug those leakages. But yes, at the moment, they are there.
All right. Ishu, we'll let you go at that. So that really is the view coming in. The demand is there, definitely less than what we saw pre-GST. The refining, recycling issues are, or the clarity or the confusion still continues to persist there. And of course, concerns with the higher tax regime, as always is something that's hampering gold. But with that, it's wrap up on this edition of Commodity Champions. Thank you for watching.